Today we're going to talk about one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful concept that I can possibly share with you in the understanding, and I think you know this, the understanding and the power of belief. Belief drives everything that I do, and it drives everything that you do. You may not know or understand that, but it truly does. When we think about what it is that we truly believe, how it is that we act, what it is that we do, behavior is driven by belief. Much of it unconsciously. Much of behavior is driven by things that we don't even think about on the conscious level, but it still happens. It still is our driving force. Recently, a very good friend of mine ran for political office. He had never run for political office before. He had never aspired to. He had always done something differently with his life. Now, we've been friends for many, many years. Shortly after he made the decision, I mean within minutes of having made this decision, at the first possible opportunity, early one morning, he called me. And he shared this with me. He said, "Travis, I'm going to share with you something that I think I'm supposed to do." What drove him was belief. He believed he was supposed to do this. And because of that belief, because that belief was so strong, he was willing to put himself out there in ways that he had never before done. If you've never run for political office, regardless of the level that you run, is a very frightening thing, and it's a very vulnerable thing. You're really putting yourself out there. We had many conversations, he and I had many conversations around, do you know this is really what you're doing? And that when you do this, it's got to reflect your core. Your core, in essence, is what you believe. As the campaign went on, he couldn't understand the bombardment of different people wanting him to attest to things that he hadn't even thought about. That because of an election, they wanted him to check all of the things off of their list that were important to them. The beliefs that they held, they wanted him to hold. Now, if you truly go into politics with a true understanding of who you are, then what you're doing is you're saying to the electorate, hey, this is who I am, this is what I believe, this is what I represent. If you want this, then vote for me. As he got deeper into politics, he became aware that his true self, truly who he was, the anxiety that he was experiencing was completely differential to what he believed he was, to what he believed he was there to do. In fact, during the course of this particular campaign, he began to believe, this isn't what I want to do. Now, in dealing with another person, this person already held high political office. As I worked with him, he was contemplating running for a different office. As he thought about running for this next office, we got very deeply into everything that drove him, everything that was and why. What was behind? What was the motivation? What was everything behind what was going on? When it came down to making the final decision, there was an absence of belief of the core element in necessity for running for that office. He chose not to run. Now, here we have a very interesting juxtaposition, right? Here we have a person who believed that this was what they were supposed to do, and they ran. Here we have someone who believed this was not what they were supposed to do, and they didn't run. Both of them, in their core, had a solid understanding of belief, and both of them gave 100% effort to what they believed, and the outcome was different. Why? Because it was driven by belief. So in the case of my friend who ran and didn't win, he was absolutely convinced. He believed that he was supposed to run. He didn't believe he was supposed to win. And he came to understand that the things that he was taught in that process were vitally important for him to learn at that moment. What do you truly believe? Do you even examine what you truly believe? Very recently, I've had to go through this continual process of, okay, where am I? What do I truly believe? What am I all about? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to give? How am I supposed to contribute? All of these things are essentially important because they drive the decisions that I'm going to make. Recently, even in my life, I've had to examine, what do I truly believe? What am I supposed to do? How do I take the gifts and the talents that I've been given, and what am I supposed to do with those? How am I best to direct those in a manner that will help others to become the very best that they possibly can? Because I believe I have these things, and because I believe I'm supposed to use them, I'm filming this, right? I'm shooting this for you, for your benefit, and for the benefit of anybody who can benefit from it. That's the only reason this is happening. It's because I believe. Now, I put a ton of energy and I put a ton of work into these every single day, and I'm doing that for the purpose of being able to share what I truly believe I'm here to do. Belief drives everything. If you don't examine your beliefs, if you don't truly know and understand what those are, it's likely that your life will be filled with confusion, with doubt, with anxiety, and with misdirection or lack of direction. That's clearly what happens. I don't want you to be there. I want you to have a true understanding of who you are. I want you to know that every day you're contributing to life, you're contributing to the lives of others in such a way that it is fulfilling, not only for you, but for them. How we contribute, what we do, how we hone our skills, those things evolve, and over time we contribute in different ways. That's okay, that's great, that's fantastic. It all starts with what you believe. And then what you believe needs to be converted at some point into what you value. What you value and what you believe, those two things go together. You cannot extract them. So you have belief and you have value. And when I work with people, I go deeply into those things and help them understand, okay, what do you believe? What do you value? Are they aligned? If not, you're going to have problems. Honestly, you're going to have problems inside, whether they're somatic, whether they're actual physical problems, whether they're emotional or mental problems. They're always going to manifest when there is misalignment between what I believe, what I value, and what I actually do. When we behave out of alignment of our beliefs, when our actions do not align with our values, that disconnection is discordance. That discordance doesn't sound right. It doesn't feel right. We don't like it. And because of that, if we are exposed to that long enough, if our experience is such that it is always anxious, it's always anxiety producing, it's always discordant, it puts us in a discouraged and a depressed place. That's not where we want to be. That's not where we're supposed to be. That's not what we're on this earth for. We have purpose, but we have to believe in it. Each of us are blessed with talents. Each of us are given gifts. But if we don't use those things in alignment with our beliefs, if we don't use those for the purpose for which they've been given, if we don't even understand that there is a purpose behind it, it's anxiety producing. And those anxieties, again, will manifest in a variety of different ways. And that manifestation is likely to cause you discouragement. It's likely to cause you depression even. That's not where we're supposed to be. That's not a fulfilled life. I want you to have that, but it all starts with examining yourself. What do I truly believe? And if I don't believe in much, then I need to find a way to believe. That's what I want you to do. That's the challenge I have for you. Consider, what do I truly believe and why do I believe it? Challenge it and then use it. Use it for the benefit of yourself first so that you can get real clear on how you can contribute, and then use it for the benefit of others. That private experience will provide the greatest experience that you could ever have. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll see you on the next Primacy Podcast.